Dating has always been complicated, but in today's world it can feel like navigating a minefield. Between apps, social media, and shifting expectations, modern relationships can be both exciting and brutally confusing. Everyone wants love, but very few people know how to approach dating with the kind of mindset that actually leads to meaningful connections. That's why in this video, we're breaking down 5 brutal dating rules that might sound tough at first, but will absolutely transform the way you approach love, attraction, and commitment. These aren't the fluffy, sugar-coated tips you'll see on social media. They're uncomfortable truths, rules that might sting when you first hear them, but rules that will save you years of wasted time, heartbreak, and frustration if you choose to follow them. Think of them as the red pill realities of modern dating, the ones that separate people who keep running into dead ends from those who finally break free and find a partner who truly matches their life. So grab a notebook, because once you take these rules seriously, your dating life will never be the same again. Rule number 1, you are not owed love, you earn it through value. Let's start with the hardest pill to swallow. Love is not a right. Attraction is not automatic. Nobody is obligated to like you simply because you exist, because you're a nice person, or because you try hard. This doesn't mean you're unworthy. It means attraction is built on value exchange. In dating, value doesn't always mean money, status, or looks, though those can matter. Value also means personality, confidence, emotional intelligence, the ability to listen, and the willingness to bring something positive into someone else's life. Too many people walk into relationships with a sense of entitlement, expecting to be loved just for showing up. The brutal truth? If you're not improving someone else's life, why would they choose to stay? Think about it. When you're attracted to someone, it's because you perceive they add something meaningful to your life. Maybe they make you laugh, maybe they inspire you, maybe they're kind in a way that makes you feel safe. That's value. And it works both ways. You must also bring something to the table. This rule forces you to take accountability. If you keep failing in relationships, instead of blaming the world, ask, what value am I actually bringing? Am I physically healthy, emotionally stable, and mentally stimulating? When you focus on creating value, you don't have to beg for love. People are naturally drawn to you because you improve their world. Rule number 2, attraction isn't negotiable. This one hurts the most, but it's also the most freeing. Attraction is primal. It's not something you can debate or convince someone into feeling. You can't argue your way into being someone's type. You can't list your achievements like a resume and expect someone to fall for you. And you definitely can't guilt someone into loving you. The brutal rule is this: either they feel it or they don't. If someone isn't attracted to you, begging, pleading, or trying to manipulate the situation won't change anything. It will only lower their attraction further. How many times have you seen someone chasing a person who's clearly not interested, hoping persistence will eventually win them over? While persistence can work in career or business, in dating it almost always backfires. Desire can't be manufactured. It's either sparked or it isn't. But here's the liberating part. Once you accept this rule, you stop wasting energy on dead ends. Instead of trying to force chemistry, you allow yourself to walk away. That act of self-respect makes you more attractive in the long run. You begin to realize that the world is full of potential partners, and the right one will feel that spark naturally. So if you've been chasing someone who treats you like an option, take this as your wake-up call. Stop negotiating with attraction. Walk away with dignity. Rule number 3, time is the ultimate truth teller. In the early stages of dating, everyone puts on a mask. People highlight their best traits, hide their flaws, and try to impress. This honeymoon version of themselves can be intoxicating, but it's not the whole truth. That's why this brutal rule exists. Give it time, because time always reveals who someone really is. Too many relationships collapse because people rush. They meet, feel sparks, and immediately dive into commitment without letting reality settle. Then, months later, they discover the red flags they ignored. Maybe the person is controlling, maybe they're inconsistent, maybe they lack the values you need in a partner. But by then, emotions are so entangled that leaving feels almost impossible. The best dating strategy is patience. Watch how they treat waiters, how they handle stress, how they react when things don't go their way. Observe their consistency. Do they follow through on promises? Do they respect your time? Do they show genuine interest in your life, or is it all about them? This rule saves you from heartbreak because it prevents you from falling in love with a fantasy. Time always exposes truth. You just have to be strong enough to wait for it. Rule number 4, boundaries create respect. Lack of boundaries destroys it. One of the most brutal yet powerful lessons in dating is this: people don't respect what they can walk over. If you allow disrespect, manipulation, or inconsistency, you're teaching the other person that your boundaries don't exist. And once that line is crossed, attraction dies. Boundaries are not about controlling the other person. They're about controlling yourself. They're about knowing your standards and refusing to settle for less. If you say you want honesty but you keep forgiving lies, your boundary is meaningless. If you say you value effort but accept crumbs of attention, you're showing that you don't value yourself. Here's the paradox. Boundaries don't push the right people away. They filter them. The wrong ones will get frustrated and leave because they can't use you. The right ones will lean in closer because they respect your self-worth. So ask yourself, what are my non-negotiables? What behaviors will I never tolerate, no matter how strong my feelings are? Then stick to them without apology. Love without boundaries isn't love. It's desperation. Rule number 5. Rejection is redirection, not a death sentence. Perhaps the most brutal but freeing rule is this. Rejection isn't about you, it's about alignment. When someone rejects you, it doesn't mean you're unlovable. It simply means you're not the right fit for that person's story. Most people take rejection as a personal attack, something that defines their worth. They spiral into self-doubt. What's wrong with me? Why wasn't I enough? But the reality is, everyone is looking for something specific. Just as you're not attracted to every person you meet, not everyone will be attracted to you, and that's okay. Think of rejection as nature's filter. Every no eliminates someone who would have wasted your time. Every no clears space for the right yes. Some of the happiest couples on earth only met after countless rejections. They didn't stop trying, and they didn't let someone else's opinion define their value. When you shift your mindset to see rejection as redirection, dating becomes less scary. Instead of clinging to people who don't want you, you move forward with clarity and confidence. The sooner someone rejects you, the better. It saves you from building castles on quicksand. The transformation when you apply these rules. Now imagine what happens if you actually live by these 5 brutal rules. First, you stop wasting time chasing people who don't want you. Second, you focus on becoming a person of value instead of expecting love to be handed to you. Third, you build boundaries that protect your self-respect. Fourth, you let time do the heavy lifting, revealing who's truly worth your commitment. And finally, you embrace rejection as a natural part of the process instead of fearing it. Suddenly, dating stops being a desperate search and starts becoming a confident journey. Instead of clinging to anyone who gives you attention, you filter for quality. Instead of settling for inconsistency, you expect and inspire respect. And instead of seeing love as something that happens by luck, you start to see it as the natural result of self-growth and discipline. This transformation won't happen overnight. It will take courage. It will require unlearning years of bad habits. But once you commit to these rules, you'll notice your entire love life shifting. You'll attract better people, avoid toxic ones, and feel more empowered in the process. At the end of the day, love isn't about finding a perfect partner. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts the right partner. If you can do that, your love life will never be the same again. Now it's your turn. Which of these 5 rules hit you the hardest? Which one do you think you've been ignoring in your own love life? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if you found this video valuable, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more life-changing insights, and share this video with someone who needs to hear these truths today. Your support helps us create more content to guide you on your journey toward healthier, stronger, and more fulfilling relationships. Thanks for watching, and remember, love is a battlefield, but with the right rules, you can win without losing yourself.